Welcome to GMI, the Guitar and Music Institute podcast, episode number 14. Today I'm in discussion with Justin Comstock. Justin is one of the many people around the world who are finding ways of getting ideas for learning the guitar out there through community-based funding websites such as Kickstarter. I'm going to be talking to him about his novel approach to learning guitar based on a card system, just like a card deck. We'll also be talking to Justin about his career in music and how he got FretDeck from a basic idea to actual final production and how he's now selling it around the world. This podcast is available on iTunes and all good download sites, but to get the most out of this podcast, please come along to the GMI Guitar and Music Institute website, which can be found at www.guitarandmusicinstitute.com. You're going to love this interview, and hopefully it's going to give you plenty of ideas and inspiration as I talk to Justin Comstock on today's podcast from GMI. So Justin, it's great to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this. This is awesome. Thanks for getting a hold of me and in touch. It's great.
So whereabouts in America are you?
I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Is that where all the Mormons live?
It is, yes. I am Mormon, yes. That's where all the Mormons live. I am, yeah.
I don't know if you even heard of a place called Scotland before, but where I grew up, there always used to be Mormon guys came around. I don't know how they came. This is way back in the 1970s, right? We always knew they were Mormons because they were always incredibly tall, and they always had, you know, we were going about in rags. They were always impeccably dressed. What we thought was a rugby ball, but turned out to be an American football. So there you go. I don't know if you know that, but there you go. I take it it's boiling over there.
Yes, it is. It was like about 100 degrees yesterday. So
I must just say for the listenership, and I know there's a lot of folk over in America listening to this, that it's actually boiling in Scotland. So, Justin, let's talk. I want to start to talk about FretDeck. This is how you got my attention. This looked a really interesting project. How did that come about? What gave you the initial inspiration?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So I mean I've been playing the guitar for a very long time, and I've always liked helping people to learn. It's always been a passion of mine, and I was actually watching a Stevie Ray Vaughan concert one weekend, and I was just watching him play the blues, you know, and watching him play the pentatonic scales across the fretboard, and it just inspired me. He's just such an inspiration, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I went to bed, you know, just thinking about music and music theory and everything about it. And I woke up the next morning after watching that concert, and the idea just totally popped into my mind about putting fundamental music theory on these poker cards. And I drafted out the whole project.
Hold on a second. You're a Mormon.
Yeah.
Talking about poker. You're in big trouble.
No. So, I, just watching Stevie Ray Vaughan, it just kind of clicked it in, and I designed the music theory on it. So it's very basic, but I basically designed it with the circle of fifths. And I took a key of C, for example. I put the chords that you could play in the key of C. Then on the next card, so it's 3 cards per key. So I put the chords on one card. On the second card, I put a major and a minor pentatonic scale and what fret they're played on in that key. And then on the third card, I put the entire fretboard map in the key of C. So when a guitarist is improvising, I'm a blues guitarist, right? So I like to improvise. And I like to have, so I basically just wanted that information in front of me so I had something to reference. Other people like to improvise. I think it's safe to say that's why people want to learn music, to improvise, to create something with it. So that's why I created the FretDeck. I wanted people to have that information to create their own music with, to improvise with. Because as a blues guitarist, I love improvising. I love creating things on the spot.
The moment, for me, the moment of inspiration was to actually put it onto a deck of cards. All joking aside, why did that come?
I don't know. It's for some reason that's the way I saw the music theory. It just I saw it in three parts: the chords, the two pentatonic patterns, the major and minor, and then the entire fretboard map with all the five notes in the pentatonic scale.
A eureka moment, then.
Yeah, and it's just three steps. Key of C. Here's your chords. Here's your two pentatonic boxes, and here's your fretboard map.
One question I wanted to ask you, and the way my interview technique goes is usually all over the place, but anyway.
That's all right.
Yeah, just what was the editing procedure? Because obviously, from what I've seen, you don't do you do all five pentatonic scales or just two?
No, I do. There's all five. I actually do. I go all the way up to the 12th fret because everything just repeats after the 12th fret on the guitar, right? So that's what I did. I just did the five pentatonic notes, and I put them across the fretboard.
Generated. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but there must have been an editing procedure because your deck of cards could be thousands of cards thick if actually you'd gone the full hog, no?
Yeah, I could have made it huge.
Did you do some sort of market research to find out the areas? Obviously, you're aiming at the bottom of the pyramid for the people coming in.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would make business sense. So, what was your thought processes in deciding what you wanted to include? And what you thought maybe even for we'll come to this later, but maybe for a later deck, I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, so I chose the pentatonic scales because I kind of felt like it's a fundamental scale. Obviously, it's used in many genres of music. That's why I chose that scale first. That scale system.
Think modal scales then, Justin.
Within the pentatonic scale, there's three other modes besides the major and minor pentatonic across the fretboard,
You're not using things like diminished, augmented.
No, nothing like that yet. I mean, obviously I could create, my other products and that's eventually I will. I just thought the pentatonic scale it's foundational, right? You can use it in rock, jazz, blues, country, pop. So I'm like, it's just a good scale to start with, to learn, especially if you're a beginner and if you've learned all the chords and stuff. That's probably the next good place to start, is learning your pentatonic scales and improvising with them, learning how to play them across the guitar and creating music with those. And, it's fantastic.
How many cards are in the deck?
There is 42 cards in the deck.
52?
Nope, not 52.
Do you know the game 52 card pickup?
Yes, I do. My grandpa actually used to try to play that game with us, and he'd grab them.
We might get some comments now with people saying, "What's 52 card pickup?"
Yeah.
I guess, and I'm just thinking through the process here. Was the next stage to go and find card manufacturers and find out how you would go about getting things on a deck, or what was the next stage?
Yeah, so I designed it all, and the next part was, and my brother did help me design them. He's waving his hand. He's like, I helped you. My twin brother. Yeah, the next part was manufacturing, and that took the longest because I knew what I wanted. Right, I knew just the material that I wanted them to be printed on, and I used a couple manufacturers, and I was very picky. I didn't like what they did, so I found a company out in California that was able to do it, and they do a great job.
So did you design the artwork and all the rest of it? All the rest of it, Justin?
Yeah. I actually bought the logo off of a website, and then I just designed when I got my initial inspiration for the FretDeck, I kind of designed everything, the layout on the cards. I had that all ready. I envisioned it all right in one sitting when I sat down and drafted it out. So I already knew what I wanted to design on the cards, and then the biggest part was just finding a manufacturer to do it the way I liked.
And what about card size? Was that an issue at all? How big do you make a deck of cards? Did you just go for a standard?
Yeah, I just went for a standard, like, poker-sized card, so really simple.
I think there's people all over America and the world now gambling with your cards.
I don't know. I would hope not. I hope they're learning the guitar with them,
Okay, now, the most interesting aspect of all of this, other than you having this idea, I mean, I take it no one else in the world has ever put theoretical guitar-related concepts, patterns, etc., on a deck of cards. You're the first.
I don't really know. I haven't really found anybody to do it. I just did it. I got the inspiration to put it on, and I did it.
What is so wonderful about the world? Well, one good thing about the world that we live in today is there seems to be such an ability from people to go from a point of having an idea to trying to realize that. But trying to realize it and get distribution is always the crucial nightmare scenario.
Yeah, it was hard. It took a while, but I decided that I was going to take action. I was always going to take action, and I was going to finish it.
This Kickstarter thing, this is amazing. You asked, was it £6,000 was your original?
Yes.
And amazingly, you got over double that.
And I didn't expect anything with. I've never done a Kickstarter campaign before, and I was like, I'm just going to do it, see what happens. I have no clue what will happen. If I get 6,000, that'll be great. Then I'll be able to do it. It took off. We did it for about 32 days, I think. Yeah, 32 days, and
no special things in there, Justin. It was just a case of it caught the public's imagination.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there that have a dusty old guitar in their closet and they want to pick it back up again. There's a lot of people like that buy guitars and get busy with life. Stop.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I mean, I've got a big question. It's one of those, where do all the lost socks go?
Yeah.
Where do all the old guitars go? I mean, have you ever seen a guitar lying about? I haven't.
No, I haven't.
They just disappear. I mean, and they keep making guitars. And you never see them on a scrap heap or on a junk pile or a rubbish tip. You just never see it. Where do they all?
No, you never. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't.
Research has to be done. There's probably some Illuminati type conspiracy linked to this. Old guitars. What do you think? Has that got legs?
Yeah, probably something like that.
So it was 32. You must have been getting pretty excited when you hit your. How quickly did you hit the initial goal on Kickstarter?
It took me a week. 1 week.
Wow. I mean, we're assuming everyone knows about Kickstarter, but basically Kickstarter, as I understand it, is a project-based website where you put up your idea with videos and you offer some basic rewards for people backing you, and you set a goal, and then people just actually, support or don't support that project. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's basically you're pre-ordering the product, and if it gets funded, you get it.
I'm probably speaking for the vast majority of people out there around the world, because I'm assuming that you were backed by people around the world, not just in America.
Yes, I was. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was from the U.S., but I think the next country that ordered the most popular was Canada, and then the UK.
Everyone who's listening to this, they'll all want to know this very singular question. What did you do with the other $7,000? You went for a massive blowout, right?
No, I did not blow all the money. I've saved some of it for reorders and stuff like that, and I've used some of it for marketing and stuff. So
great, fantastic.
Yeah.
So I suppose you'd say it's a good idea to try and go for things on this based on your experience anyway.
Yeah, I had a good experience with it. It was awesome. Like I said, I had no clue how it would all work out. I just took action.
Yeah. Yeah. Like how many people don't,
Exactly. I was determined to do this because, number one, I'm extremely passionate about the guitar. Extremely passionate. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people visualize the guitar.
What has the feedback been like, Justin? I bet it's going to be brilliant.
People have loved it. They've been able to, visualize the fretboard a little bit more. And I play the piano as well, and you can visualize the piano pretty easy. It's all laid out nicely. The guitar is a little bit different. It's a little bit scattered across, the fretboard, the notes. So if you have something that helps you visualize that, I think that's always good.
Do you have people writing in, giving you ideas for what they would like in the next one?
I haven't really yet. No, I haven't received anybody. Well, I mean, a lot of people did want like video courses, which I'm planning on doing. So
this is the big question. Where is it all going? Will there be FretDeck 2, the return?
Yes, I've actually thought about doing FretDeck arpeggios, some video courses with that. So that's kind of what the future plans for it all and stuff. So
I mean, it's limitless, isn't it? FretDeck for jazz, FretDeck for blues.
Exactly, and you know as well as I do, music is unlimited. Mm-hmm. It's crazy how music is, because you're given 7 notes in the major scale, or 5 notes in a pentatonic scale, and you could make unlimited music with that. It's fascinating. It fascinates me every time I pick up my guitar and play a scale or create music with it. It's unlimited.
So how much does a FretDeck cost then, Justin?
So on my site, I charge $29.99 for FretDeck.
And does that exclude postage?
No, the postage will come on after you buy it. So yeah, $29.99 for the FretDeck, and then I think it's $5 for shipping, and
quite exciting getting orders in from like all.
Oh, I love it, because in my mind I'm thinking I'm helping this person learn the guitar, or I'm getting this person excited about having that dusty guitar in their closet. They're picking it up again for the first time in 5-10 years. I absolutely love it.
This image of the dusty closet's causing me concern. What's in that dusty closet? An old granny or something. It sounded like Psycho. Anyway.
Funny, because I took the FretDeck to a street fair here in Utah, and it was amazing how many people had a dusty old guitar in their closet. I was like, wow.
You should get them to send in pictures of that dusty guitar in the closet, and the best one gets a prize or something.
Yes.
Let's talk about you. Tell me about your musical background, what you've been doing, and what you're planning to do. I started playing the guitar in 1997 when I was 11 years old with my twin brother. Well, a sibling rivalry there? No, actually, we played a lot together, our guitars, and we're songwriters, and we work together. Does your brother play guitar as well, or is he in it? Yes, he does. He plays guitar and sings. And, we're currently in the recording studio right now, recording an album. So what's the name of your group, or we just call it by our last name, Comstock. Oh, that's a good name. What is where do you? I know a lot of Americans, not all Americans, always think about where they've come from in terms of Europe. Do you know your background? Yeah, I think Comstock is the last name's from Ireland, I believe. Right. Okay. So you've been playing since 11 years old, and is it right to say you've got a large roster of students that you teach? Well, I teach, I'm teaching about 6 students right now. I still have a full-time job, so I don't take on a whole lot of students. I'm mainly focused on
doing FretDeck and figuring all that out, and recording music. I love recording music. It's one of my favorite things. We just got back from the studio last night, and it was just such a thrill. I loved it.
I love your enthusiasm towards life, Justin. It's very infectious. Again, for people out there, what do you see as, I was maybe talking too much about what I thought the future of FretDeck is. What do you think the future of FretDeck is, and, your company as a whole?
I see me making other products similar to FretDeck, and then video courses that go along with them to guide people through it. That's kind of what I envision it. I've thought about trying to get FretDeck into stores, into music shops and stuff, but I'm mainly focused with doing the e-commerce through my site right now, since I'm so small.
That's where it can become unstuck there, can't it? Because it means if you want to go big, you have to get loads printed up. It then costs you a lot, and then of course you're hit on what you get back, and then of course they don't push them.
So I'm focused on doing it through my site and doing hopefully some video lessons on it and stuff. And because with a
fantastic addition, actually.
Yeah, with the video lessons I can go more in depth, with it all, and
well, I hope
with video lessons.
GMI pack for us to review.
Yes, I'll send it to you probably today. So
see that, folks. It's 1,000 different things through another room there. Well, it's been absolutely fascinating talking to you, and what I find so encouraging about it all, Justin, is that I thought you were going to come on here and say, oh well, a new Kickstarter inside out, I got a company to do it all, and I went onto these websites to increase, but from what you've said, I love the fact you're a guitarist out there in the world. You had an idea, and you've seen it through, and it's always difficult. Anyone can have an idea, but to see it through, but it caught the public imagination. It's the sort of thing you can carry with you anywhere, right?
Yeah, and that's another reason why I made it. Because I improvise with a lot of people here in Utah. I'll get a call from friends and be like, "Hey, Justin, come out to the show." I don't practice with them. I just go and I play and I improvise with my music friends here in Utah. So I wanted something that I could just throw in my guitar case and reference if I needed it. Obviously I have it all memorized. It's all in my mind now, so I can recall on any key and improvise in any key. That's why I made it in a deck of cards, so I can just keep it in my guitar case at all times.
One final thing. I suppose the good thing about Kickstarter is it means that you don't need to overproduce on a product. You know exactly how many you need to get to fulfill your orders. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I knew exactly how many I needed to get, and I didn't have to buy thousands and thousands and thousands of all these FretDecks and just be like, now what? If you look under your bed, it isn't actually being spotted by millions of boxes of cards.
No, I actually bought a really nice cabinet, and I keep everything in there. And whenever I restock, I just put it in that cabinet. And it's kind of nice because they're so small. It doesn't take up like an entire room to store my products. So it's kind of nice because I need my room to fill with more guitars.
It's been a real pleasure talking to you, Justin. So for everyone listening out there, if you are somewhere near the bottom of the pyramid, but not necessarily in terms of learning, I would absolutely urge you to check out FretDeck. Just look it up on the internet and you'll find out all about Justin's product. Hopefully we're going to be getting one here and we're going to review it on GMI, and I think this for me is another example of the fantastic opportunities that there are out there for people who want to bring new products and ideas to learning, to the guitar and to music. So all that remains from me is to say that if you come on to www.guitarmusicinstitute.com, you're going to learn a lot more about FretDeck. We've got videos up there, we've got links to all of Justin's sites. Justin, it's been an absolute pleasure, and especially since it's so early in the morning for you.
Well, I enjoy getting up early, so it's not a big deal, Jed.
Thanks very much for spending this time with us and speaking to us in GMI.
Thank you. It was fantastic.
Well, wherever you are in the world, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast interview. We've got lots more coming up, varied and different topics all around guitar and music. If you like what we do, please go to the Guitar Music Institute website, guitarmusicinstitute.com, and look for our Patreon link. If you support us, it really does help. Every dollar, every pound does help us create new episodes, keep our equipment up to date, and all the wheels turning on the Guitar Music Institute website. Thanks for your support, and thanks for listening to this podcast. My name's Jeb Rocky. I will be talking to you on the next podcast really soon.